Hi, it's easy to pontificate, otherwise why would I be doing it? As human beings we naturally tend to be rather lazy, and that's one of the reasons for the popularity of the Free Tibet campaign. We all love a bit of fact-free sentiment. Symbolism of course is very popular, goodies and baddies, and a lot easier than actually thinking. I'm not a big fan of symbolism myself, although I would find it very hard to ever pass a royal grave without pissing on it. So, the Olympic protesters, what's their actual programme for Tibet? Forward to the Middle Ages! Now I do appreciate that facts in an argument can be about as popular as the Duke of Edinburgh and Harrods, but let's give it a go. In 1950, when the Chinese army re-entered Tibet, it was a harsh, violent, feudal society that had recently been heavy fighting involving the monks. Some say it was a civil war between various monastic factions, others that the monks were fighting merely to prop up a hideously corrupt regime. In 1950, life expectancy was around 35 years. Now it's well over 60, though I suppose a low life expectancy may not be much of a problem if you believe in reincarnation. I believe in reincarnation, though I'm hoping to come back as someone less gullible. In 1950, infant mortality was over 40%. Today it's under 1%, and that's in spite of communists eating babies for breakfast. Now, as a young lad, the Dalai Lama was seen to be holy. Today he's wholly preposterous. He suffers from all the usual problems of child stars, of being pampered and taken far too seriously. Admittedly, the philosophical writings of the Dalai Lama could only possibly be matched by a sentimental verse of a greetings card. Even the Dalai Lama accepts that an independent economy just wouldn't work. And the monks certainly won't work, and the CIA won't fork out forever. Those monks, they're a bit violent really, aren't they? And mind you, they always were. When the monasteries had power in Tibet, criminals weren't punished by being sent to meditation classes, not even that really tricky lotus position. No, punishments in fact, that word again, in fact were things like flogging and amputation. Another quaint cultural practice in Tibet's the idea that when men procreate, they commit sin. So what's supposed to happen is, a bloke has enough kids to see himself through old age, and don't forget you'd needed quite a few because infant mortality was 40%. A bloke has his kids, and then he can bugger off and join a monastery, or alternatively he can stay at home, put his feet up and just act like a monk. Either way, guess who's left holding the baby? Guess who's left doing all the work? Yes, thank God for women. Interpreting the word of God is naturally man's work. It takes a dick to do it. Now, the issue of Tibet is where the fake left and the spiritual New Agers can all comfortably feel at home together. Oh, Tibet, Tibet, it could be like Shangri-La once the Chinese are driven out, although I suspect it may not become the sort of place these people would care to actually live themselves. But the law of symbolism and image is very strong. The Buddhist monks, the Chinese army, it's like the Jedi versus the dark side. And it could be a spectacular production, funded in America. Still, I'm sure the Olympic flame will actually survive, and perhaps, who knows, by the time it comes back to London for the Games in 2012, perhaps Britain may have pulled out of Ireland. Remember, the main enemy is always at home. So don't go home tonight.